Wonderful brothers and sisters, it's so magnificent. That building, I don't know which building is this. They say is a Temple Square, sings at the presidential inauguration. This was during the President Trump's inauguration, or what? That is where the Momo Tabernacle Choir was actually, invited to sing there. Very beautiful. Somebody tell me, which building is this? Is this the White House, or which building is this? I've never been to America, man, so I don't know. So somebody tell me which building is that, please, in the comments, please. I'll be more than glad to hear this. So the Momo Tabernacle Choir, that is the Tabernacle Choir, because we are no longer using the name Mormon. So the Tabernacle Choir was actually invited at the Temple Square to sing the songs. And the Tabernacle Choir is well known for a lot of Christmas carols, and they've sung in different events. They've always been invited in different events and all that. So it's a well-known choir all over the world, and it is a choir that has very strong, very, very strong capabilities. Yes. So let us just listen to what the choir really did here. I can see the building itself, very magnificent. I can see the flags of the United States of America. That is around 12. Is it they are called what? 52 stars? Is it 52 stars? The stars they symbolize? Or what does it exactly? What do the stars symbolize? I really need to know. And the blue color, I think it's about liberty. The blue color symbolizes liberty or something like that. And of course, the red color symbolizes blood. Is it? And the white color symbolizes peace. Is it peace, or does it symbolize? What does it symbolize? Please let me know. Let me know. And then the blue color, what does it symbolize? Because I see a lot of things there. They are like in white, blue, and red. Those are the theme colors of the United States of America: white, blue, and red. Those are the theme color. Like I'm reminded of the White House. So is that the White House there that I'm seeing? Yes, exactly. So let us just listen to what the Tabernacle Choir really did.
We are incredibly happy to have the Mormon Tabernacle Choir back again at the inauguration. It is part of America's history, and the music is incredibly beautiful and part of who we are as Americans.
We're honored to sing one of our great patriotic songs, America the Beautiful. The lyrics were written by Catherine Bates in 1893 during a visit to Pikes Peak in Colorado. It's one of our great songs because it talks about our great heritage and our continued potential.
The opportunity for us to be in Washington, D.C. is an opportunity to serve this great country, the United States. An opportunity for us to share the healing and powerful message of music with the entire world.
Singing inaugurations is a family tradition. My parents sang in the choir for over 20 years, my brothers also. They sang for the inaugurations of George H.W. Bush and also Ronald Reagan, and I'm excited to be a part of this family tradition.
I worked for both the Clinton and Bush administrations, and this is my 4th inauguration to attend. I am honored to be a part of this organization as a Goodwill ambassador. I hope that the music of the choir brings unity to people and a sense of peace and joy.
Oh, I can imagine all these people. All these people, yes. This is one of the lands that has been a land of good example to a lot of nations in the world. Everybody will want to be like America, you know. Their culture, you know, a lot of things have influenced the entire world. You know, like if you go to every country, there is some kind of like an American influence in those countries and all. You know, very special country, very, very special country. It's a great country. And everybody, you know, accepts that truly America is a great country. It is a great country. It is a great country. You know, and for those who've read the Book of Mormon, we know why. We know why, because that is the land that Joseph was promised. And Joseph was told that his descendants will actually, you know, inherit that land. Reading the book of Deuteronomy chapter 33, where the blessings that Moses is giving to each and every sons of Jacob. And when he reaches to Joseph, he tells him the land of an everlasting hills, you know, rich land, and that shall be a land of liberty. And the prophet Joseph Smith spoke of that prophecy, and he said what Moses was talking about was about land of America. Because when you look at the hills, the everlasting hills, we speak of the Rocky Mountains that joins both the continents, the northern continent of America and the southern continent of America. And that's why Moses is speaking of an everlasting hills, because you cannot see the end. You know, from one point, you can't see the end. They are like mountains that are everlasting, moving, all that. So we understand that that land is very special. And it is a land which the Lord will establish Zion, and also that specific spot where Abraham, you know, called his descendants before that is Adam, not Abraham, sorry, Adam, called his descendants before he left mortality. That specific spot of land where Adam blessed his descendants, it is actually, that spot is actually in the US, that is in the American land. So this country is very special, and the Lord rose it up to be a beacon to other nations. That is, of course, after the demise of Israel as a nation. And that is what the Lord did, you know. And that's why the prophet Isaiah and the prophet Micah, when you read, they will tell you in the last days, the Lord shall actually, the law will come from Jerusalem. You know, the law will come from Jerusalem. The word of God will come from Zion. So even in the millennium, the Lord is going to rule the entire world from two center points. That is from Zion and from Jerusalem. Exactly the way the prophet Isaiah prophesied, and it is also exactly the way the prophet Micah prophesied. So it is with no coincidence that America, it is the way it is, That is not a coincidence because it was prophetic. That is the land of Joseph. That is the land of Joseph. That is where the children of Joseph were promised to actually inherit that promised land when you read in the book of Mormon. Okay? And there is a prophet also who was the son of Lehi, who was the prophet, a direct descendant, who said that he saw a man who was separated from the many waters. You know, he saw the coming of Christopher Columbus discovering this land. You know, Nephi saw Christopher Columbus. That is when you read in the book of 2nd Nephi chapter 13. You know, and then after Christopher Columbus, Nephi sees many other people coming from different nations, coming into the land of promise, which is a fulfillment of the immigration of the pilgrimages who came all the way from Europe into America. You know, because Nephi was foreshown what exactly will happen to the land. You know, so America is a very special land, both scripturally and biblically. It's a very special land. But also the prophets are also warning that wickedness will invade that land in the last days. You know, wickedness will invade that land in the last days. I have seen many preachers preaching about it, and they're saying how wickedness is actually invading the land of America. That America is no longer the same as the way it was. So the Lord has shown and He has revealed a lot of things about that land. That land is so special. And those who dwell there, they are not there by coincidence. They are there because the Spirit of God guided them to go into that land. The Spirit of God led them there. So it is not a coincidence. So that is what the Lord has actually revealed about America. And I think there is a video I've actually explained more about this land, which is the land of Joseph, which we believe is the land of Joseph, who was the son of Jacob, and what the Lord promised him, that land, and what his descendants would become in that land. But the Gentiles will also invade the land. Okay? Gentiles will also invade the land. That is what we've seen, because history itself has proven. Otherwise, my wonderful brothers and sisters, so grateful to have heard you. And please, if there's more lessons that you want me to learn, I would like to hear them from your comments. Please, thank you very much for your support. See you next time.